All right, what's up, everyone? And thanks for jumping on with us today as we get a chance to open it up to speak with the team behind Collateral Network, who are coming to the table with quite a unique vision behind their lending platform, which incorporates real world assets, fractionalization, and a chance for everyone to get a part of the action. But before we dive in, I got to announce that a few people are taking home some prizes today, including a couple of random listeners and the best question at the end of the segment, which you can send in directly to me via DM. I'll do my best to ask it on your behalf. Once again, guys, Collateral Network in the building. It looks like we have Peter and Matt jumping on with us. I see you guys right there. Let me get you unmuted here. Welcome on, guys. And for everybody that's been tuning in with us or going to be tuning in with us, make sure you check out the website if you want to follow along on some of the details, collateralnetwork.io. You can also find all the links that you need in the latest Gollum Shrimps post. Welcome on, guys.
Hello there. Hi, I'm Peter. Thank you very much for the introduction. And Matt should be there. Hi, Matt. Okay, cool. So in the meantime, what I'll do is I'll take up the reins and then Matt will join us when he's sorted out his technical issues. So, hi, my name is Peter Parsons. I'm the lending and operational manager of Collateral Networks. Today, we're going to tell you all about Collateral Networks, you know, our vision, our strategy, what the platform involves, as well as a live demo of the front end website and the back end functionality of the website. But let me tell you a little bit about myself and my background, just give a little bit of I don't know, just a bit of background that you might be interested or not. I'm used to speaking face to face, so this is all new to me, guys. So thanks for joining me. So my experience is at the age of 17, joined the British Army, served 6 years. I'll make this very brief. When I left, incepted my own business in the motor trade, automotive, for 10 years. And then after that, I went into the mortgage industry, the lending industry, incepted a few mortgage companies, grew companies from 2 staff to 46, 48 staff within a 2-3 year period, become what we call correspondent lender for lenders such as Southern Pacific and Preferred, which are owned by Lehman Brothers. Where we're setting our own interest rates as well. And then beyond that, unfortunately, 2008 come. We all know what happened there, don't we? Then I had to sort of diversify. So then I incepted web development companies, software development companies, marketing companies, etc. Then in 2010, 2011, I combined my knowledge of lending versus automotive and incepted a car finance company, but a lender. I grew that from 2 to 4 staff to 164 staff in a 2.5 year period. I secured 54 million in funding, built a loan book in excess of 100 million, and 14,000 customers. I exited out that business and then set up another business because I wasn't locked in. Again, an automotive broker, turned that into a lender, raised another 22 million, and increased the staff count to around 44 to 48. Then 2016-17, I incepted a management team into there, the ex-FD of Virgin Rail, Virgin Atlantic, and also a co-founder of the Trainline. So it's in safe hands, stepped out, went racing because that's my hobby, or was when I had loads of money, in the Porsche Courier Cup. And then basically over the last 3-4 years, I've been helping companies incept their business models and financial planning, as well as software development and project management more so. And obviously I've dipped into NFT market and crypto last year. That's where myself and Matt first met. And obviously now I'm full-time on board with Collateral Networks. So that's a little bit about me. Matt, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
I can, yeah.
Yeah, loud and clear. Perfect. Sorry about that. A little bit of technical issue at the beginning. So yeah, I'm Matt. I'm the founder of the project Collateral Network. I'll do a little bit of a background, a little bit about me as well, as Pete did. So I'm a full stack developer with over a decade of experience. I founded a company called Solmax Computer Programming at the age of 14. I shifted to mobile development post high school, then partnered with a company called Vinci Facilities, developed a award-winning near-miss application, then founded a company called Cosmic Monkey, a game development venture, partnered with Pete for business platform development, dived into the crypto world as well, involved in a couple of NFT projects, then co-founded Busy Labs, a game development company, then transitioned back into the crypto space with Charlie, leading to Collateral Network. So yeah, that's essentially my background. Let me just put my video on as well so you guys can see me. There we go. Hey guys. Yeah, so that's my background, Pete's background. So yeah, I'll hand you back over to Pete.
Lovely, thank you. Obviously, we're very excited, so we didn't click the show video. So apologies for that. So before we start, just to let you know, there's a great chance to be in the running for some cult token giveaways, 30,000 cult tokens on each of our platforms, Twitter and Telegram. So just follow, tag 3 friends and retweet our pin post, and then drop what the best NFTs you want to see on our platform on our soft launch as such. Because again, it's all about the community, and we don't know everything at the end of the day. Yes, we're specialists in our field. I would hope to think so. But, it's all about community and building, the right infrastructure and community to push the platform and the business forward. So that's great. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about, our, the overview, the mission and the vision. So basically, we're not a lender, but we're actually a protocol, a SaaS, a software as a service provider. Now, that helps us in a few ways that from a regulatory point of view, depending on what province, there's always these regulatory restrictions, but obviously we're a decentralized community. So we want to get away from those sort of things. So from that perspective, we're building, and again, Matt will sort of show you, we're building the platform and its functionalities. Now, the great thing about the platform is that, again, involving the community on what's best, best of breed, etc. We can bring, the platform on to the exponential sort of, stratosphere relevant to, what we want to do with the platform. We have great sort of like collaborations and developers, notwithstanding obviously Matt and Charlie, but we have Maverick Systems as well, which is an AI specialist. And actually Andrew I've worked with over the last 15, 18 years as well. So great things coming on. Our mission is to sort of democratize lending by providing a secure, transparent and accessible platform for negotiating and transacting agreements between both parties. Through Collateral Network, we're bringing the power back to the people, basically. Sounds a little bit corny, but it's true. Enabling them to decide the terms of their financial agreements, whether they are lenders or borrowers. But at the same time, we want to ensure that both lenders and borrowers are protected, utilised in the Collateral Network's protocol, offering a framework that fosters trust, efficiency, and also benefit within the financial landscape. Now, the problems that the platform resolves is that traditional lending is often characterised by lengthy processes, lack of transparency, limited accessibility as well, and the rigid structure that serves the institutions more than the individual. Collateral aims to transform the landscape through innovation and community-driven approach. Transparency and trust is always at the key. So obviously, again, by being part of the community, being a token holder, it's not just about being a token holder, but it's about the benefits that the system bring in future as well. Now, obviously, traditional lending can exclude those without a strong financial history or connection to banking systems. Collateral networks use blockchain technology to break down those barriers. Anyone can participate in the lending and borrowing aspect as well. Obviously, by minimizing unnecessary costs and paperwork, Collateral offers a streamlined and affordable experience, contrasting with the often expensive and time-consuming traditional lending process. Again, computer likes to say no, and that's in my experience over the years. It's always like, you can have that, you're going to get that, we're going to approve you, etc. And it's all a bit of like sales bullshit. At the end of the day, when you get to that point where you're looking to get approved on a loan, and then the lenders turn around and use an excuse basically to negate you and not get that loan. So they're all about getting you hooked in, and then basically, at the end of the day, they've got relevant criteria. If you don't fit that particular mold, then it's not happening. With Collateral Networks, at the end of the day, we empower the community, the borrowers and the lenders, to talk together, to negotiate terms, but also with a relevant guidance. And what I mean by that is there's set parameters within the systems that we're introducing to make sure and understand, from a lender perspective, for instance, if you was going to invest $10,000 or what the equivalent ETH might be into that project, do you really want to do that? So we might sort of like suggest using the relevant technology in the AI, saying, well, actually, you're better off in actually spreading that investment, not into just one, but maybe into 8. generally an angel investor will invest in 8 portfolios. It won't invest in just one, because actually, from an equity perspective, maybe 1 out of those 8 might fail. Now, this is different, obviously, because this is asset-backed. You've got security as such. So again, we're all about security for lender, but also security for borrower as well. It's a platform that keeps everyone equal and whole, because borrowers might be lenders in the future as such. Now, the beauty of the platform also is that why our ICO offering as well, what we're doing is we're getting a ready-made community, to actually sit on the platform. So actually, when it comes to when we're launching in Q4 of this year, the platform, and it being a beta version, and also Colt token holders will be able to go in and go through that beta version aspect and help us improve the system prior to the hard launch as such. So it's more of a soft launch. So the beauty of the token holder aspect as well is that you're able to input and understand what we're doing, and also help us. Again, as I said, we don't know everything. Well, it would be arrogant to think we were, but to help us improve and get a best of breed system as well. So basically, traditional lenders dictate the terms. Collateral empowers the users to allow them to define the terms and utilize physical and digital assets and foster a more responsive, and personalized approach. And you might have got it by now. I talk a lot. Sorry, because I'm passionate about the project. That's what I do. So it's all about. I know we're all talking about the ICO and the Colt holders and the tokens and what benefit that will give. But actually, I'm more about the utility. I'm about the business. That's what I've been brought in to do. It's about building, and fostering that platform, which actually, brings those borrowers and lenders together. And actually, it is sort of like where we've been disenfranchised with the traditional lending perspectives. Actually, we've got a platform where actually we can, just be different, and step outside the norm. So there we go. So that's basically, our vision and strategy. Now, I want to share some announcements with you. Now, you might be thinking, Matt's sitting there, but Matt will never get a word in with me. Okay, so you've got to bear with me on this as well. This is what I do for a living, raised over 120 million over the last 20, 25 years as such. I'm used to talking to investors, smart investors as well, but face to face, this is slightly different as well. So basically, I'm thrilled to share some announcements with the community. So yes, we've got our Twitter verification. We've got a gold tick as such, not a personal tick, but a gold tick. Those that know what that means, obviously you do, then that's fine. And we've done that to legitimize the business as well. So that's cool. And then obviously some great announcements on some appointments. So new chairman, Jim Coleman. So I know Jim, and he's come on board because he knows me as well. So check out on the white paper. Check his LinkedIn profile. Treasurer, Sainsbury's Bank, PSCF Bank. His CV reads like a shopping list for finance. So have a look at that, please. Also, Wes, who's our marketing specialist, he's really, really excited about this. So basically, Martin basically is a blockchain advisor we've got on board. Now, he's a big name. He's drive behind ncorp.io. He's also co-founder of Bitcoin Gold as well. Also, he's a numerous stakeholder in startups, etc. So great sort of scalp's the wrong word, but you know what I mean. It's like, another level. So that's my opinion. That's the team's opinion. Hopefully that's your opinion. And then we've got a top legal advisor, which is Remus. So again, check out on the white paper, check his LinkedIn. All our team are doxed. That's really important. All our team are docs. We're in the real world, but we're not, if that makes sense. So at the end of the day, check that out if that's fine. So also we've aligned to a different marketing strategy. So the marketing strategy, yes, but we've made a few mistakes in our marketing strategy, without a doubt. So because we were more business orientated rather than like driving, what works within this space. So excuse us, but we're holding our hands up to that, and now we're changing that marketing strategy. So basically, with the help of Wes, who's a crypto marketing specialist, we're going out on 200 platforms, within the next 5 to 7 days as well. So Colt, it'd be right in your face without a doubt. Then also we've got some collaborations going on, so some YouTubes for Connor Kenny and Crypto Wendy. I have no idea, but Wes does, so that's good. Okay, so that's really good. And so, you know, again, check those channels out. We're going to keep updating you within the channel, on the white paper, on our relevant platforms as well. Now, also from a logistical point of view, which is where I come in, is from a logistical point of view, it's like, well, if we're gathering in assets, you know, which might be from a watch, you know, to a vehicle or car, but not so much of a vehicle, then, you know, it's really important from a logistical point of view, you know, to ensure that we've got, you know, the infrastructure to get those assets to a central hub, get them valued if that's what the lender wants, because there's options on the website, or more so the back end platform, that if you want us to verify valuation, if you want us to be the custodian of the asset, then fine, etc. So now we've basically teamed up with a global partner called InExpress. Again, check that out on latest news. That'll be posted tomorrow. Again, we just want to bring you great new stuff. And then also tier 1 exchange negotiations. We're active in negotiations with tier 1 exchanges, secure a listing. This move aims to protect the funds and offer the ease of trading on a well-respected platform. So stay tuned on that one as well. The other thing also, we're on another AMA in 60 minutes on Wow Talk. So I've got to do it all again. Nightmare. So please, you know, you can find that on a link on Twitter. Superb. So these all demonstrate significant milestones, but these are just a few of the things that we're going to be doing as well. So we're going to engage totally with the community. Again, our marketing strategy, it was a little bit, it weren't there. But now it's going to be there. We're going to be in your face. We're going to be pushing it as such, because what we want to do is sell out the token and move on and accept and list. That's where we're at. So, Matt, over to you. If you want
you couldn't have said it any better.
Sorry. And now you're not going to hear from me for a little while. Thanks, guys.
Okay, let me just share my screen with you guys. Okay, can you see my screen?
There we go.
There it goes. Yep, you're on.
Perfect. Okay, so bear with us a little bit with the system, because we have two different variations of the system. One which is more functionality based, the other is more branded. So what you're looking at the moment is the core functionality of the platform that we're aiming to incept. So there's minimal branding and color schemes, but it shows functionality, which is the key. I'll do another demonstration just after this, which will show you the branding and what sort of theme we'll be going for the actual platform once launched. So what you're looking at the moment is the dashboard. On the dashboard, you can see this gives the user plenty of information on token balance, token state, my assets, which are your NFTs, the my investments, which are your invested NFTs, and the marketplace. So if we look at the my assets section first, so you can see there's two different types of assets here. The first being liquidity lender. So the liquidity lender is essentially a NFT which has been crafted for the actual agreement of the loan in question. So the lender will have a crafted NFT which will have all of the metadata for the actual transaction. So the credit crusader here is the borrower actually creating their NFT based on the asset that they want liquidity from. So if we, on the side here as well, you can see a nice little navigation bar for the system as well as the dashboard. The buttons and things on here will take you to similar pages as listed on the side here. So for the staking page, for example, we'll go through these piece by piece as we move forward, and I'll explain things as we go. But the token state, for example, if we click on here, you can see there's 3 different stages. So most crypto projects in the space break down their staking with 3 different types. So it's probably very familiar for a lot of people listening. So you can see we have the bronze staking, the silver staking, and the gold staking. These are broken down into the minimum stake amount, the period it's staked for, the ROI, so your return on investment, and how much you're looking to stake. So once you've typed in this, you'd obviously hit stake now, and then that would drop down into this nice little transaction table down the below for all of your actual staking transactions. So you can see down here, this will list the dates, the amounts, the return, and how long you've actually got left until you're allowed to actually claim the tokens themselves. So that's the token staking section. So we'll now move on to the my asset section. So the my asset section, this will literally have every single asset in your portfolio. that's published onto the site. So to begin with, before I dig into what all of this lot means, on the side here, we've got filters. So the filters on the side have status for accepted, listed, unlisted, and pending review. So what these are literally assets that have either been reviewed by our team, which will be the pending review. So obviously, when a asset is listed onto the platform, it goes through evaluations to make sure things are accurate and the ownership is actually the person that's listing the item. All of the fundamentals behind the actual asset itself, that all has to be reviewed. So once listed, that will be put onto the review section. Obviously, listed and unlisted, very self-explanatory. If a item is listed on the platform, it will be published there. If it's taken down from the platform, it will be pushed to unlisted. Accepted means the loan agreement has actually been accepted. And then the asset categories, again, we've got the liquidity lenders, which are those that are actually lending money to borrowers. And then the credit crusaders, again, is the people looking for money, so the borrowers. And then distress. We'll get into distressed a little bit further down the line. As you can see, there's a distressed assets tab on the side here. So we'll go into that a little bit further when we get down to it. Interest types. So obviously the ROIs that are on all of the assets, you can filter through them if it makes it a little bit easier for investors. And then again, lastly, the asset types. So these are the list of asset types that will be available on the actual platform when launched.
So, Matt, just a very quick one. Sorry to interject, because we were originally going to have a 45-minute AMA, but for some reason it's 30 minutes, and I probably talk too much. So, again, from a platform perspective, sorry, guys. What we need to do is probably make that a little bit shorter. But what we will do is we will create a really in-depth tutorial for you on this side of things and post it on our site. So, hopefully, that will help you as such. So again, what we want to do is demonstrate, obviously, the platform's in build. There's much more functionality on the back end as well as such, and there's loads of bits to it. So it's really hard to cram that into such a short space. So totally agree. Just a very quick look at the front end website, if you could, Matt.
Yeah. So obviously, this is just core fundamentals of the platform. It's not branded or anything. So once the branded front end side gets added, it will look a little bit more like this. So it's a little bit cleaner, easier on the eye, and everything's a little bit more at home for the crypto space. So you can see like loans available. You'll be able to flick through different assets that are currently available on the platform with their valuations. Obviously, got little like buttons here. This is all typical things for the crypto space. Same for top investors. Obviously, you'll have their names. You can follow them, view their profiles. These are set up with the top sellers for investors or the top buyers. Same sort of thing. Distressed assets. Again, we didn't go too deep into it because we haven't got a lot of time. But you'll be able to view all of the distressed assets along here as well. These will be on the homepage of the website rather than the actual login. Once you log in, there'll be a full list and a full marketplace for all of this stuff, similar to the functionality side. Same sort of thing for the buy and bid.
I'm going to put together a really nice sort of like overview of the platform and the distressed assets, which are relevant to the cult token holders as well. So distressed assets, are relevant to the community as such, where you can buy undervalue. Yes, we don't want distressed assets, but look, that's life. Sometimes people will borrow money against assets and they can't, repay. So that's life, and that's a security for the borrower as such. So that's cool. Okay. So obviously I'm wary of the time on this perspective. So I suppose we did have again, because we've been so short and I talk a lot, we did have predetermined questions that the community have put in already. But what we've done is, we've already updated the white paper. So go and check the white paper out. All the relevant questions. Again, fire us questions. Fire us questions. We're here. We're answering. We're full time on this. This isn't a sit on the couch project. This is, full on, steam ahead. Let's get it going project at the end of the day. So please fire all your questions. Not a problem. I love to talk. So I will answer all the questions along with the team. That's superb. So let's can we open it up to questions from the community?
Of course, man. Hey, and no stress on time at all. I wanted to add that part in there because because I mean this obviously is a big concept, guys. I want to give you the full spotlight here to really like showcase everything about it. And as you were going through it, Matt, one question I had just from my perspective popping in: are you getting payment distributions when the borrower makes their scheduled payment, or is this something that can be like modified? Like if a borrower comes in and they make their payments, I'm assuming on a scheduled basis, like a monthly basis, let's say, are the loaners or the people that make the loans, are they getting those dividends right away, or are they waiting until it's paid in full?
Well,
Yes. Go on,
yeah,
Pete.
sorry, Matt, that's more my bag because that's more about utility. Yeah, Matt's about the platform, the concept, the founder, etc. I'm about the business. So actually, from that perspective, yeah. So if a term is agreed, and again, this is all in the ballpark and it's all in the control of that negotiation between the lender and the borrower. So basically, just to give you that concept, so if someone that needs to raise liquidity, from their asset, whether it be a watch or it be a car or a home, etc., then basically they can put their asset up, and then it's basically where the lenders will say, well, actually, I'll borrow you X amount for Y return on Z term, etc. Now, what our system does using our algorithms and AI, etc., again, got smart people within this business, is it will give a weighted average and it'll give the borrower options to pick. So, well, actually, look, he wants 20%. For $1,000, but he wants 15% for $2,000. So they can pick, yeah, that and fulfill their loan as such. So it gives a weighted average on the term, on the rate as well. Yeah, and it's fractionalized, obviously, and then it goes into the blockchain as such. So the beauty of that is that everything is flexible, everything's adaptable, and that's what it's all about. It's not going to a lender, traditional banking, and saying, well, actually, this is a term, this is a rate, take it or leave it. Oh, your credit history, it's like I've dealt with that all my life. Yeah, and I'm disenfranchised with it as well. So that's what Collateral Network's platform protocol does. Now, be very mindful. We are not a lender. We are a protocol, or a SaaS, a software as a service. Yeah. So basically, we don't give financial advice. We're the conduit. Yeah, for bringing lenders, and borrowers together. Yeah, but also ensuring that we are, putting the right protocols, the right criteria, the right paperwork relevant to the blockchain together as well. But also beyond that, what we do is, we can offer part and parcel of the services within the platform. We can give an added valuation perspective. So yeah, Mr. Borrower might think his watch is worth $5,000. Okay, maybe. Okay, but but then you can add it as a lender saying, well, actually, I want to, get a valuation on that, and that's where we come in. So we'll value the product and give you a true valuation. Yeah. Also relevant to the custodian of the assets, we use outsourced partnerships, which we're dealing with on the logistics side of things, whereby we will secure the assets in a secure warehouse, which is insured. We have a partnerships to get those assets to us as well, so that's really important. Also, we have another added benefit within the platform. So yes, we're decentralized and we want to sort of like maybe play fast and loose, but that's not in my DNA. So yes, there's a balance between that, whereby we're saying, well, actually, if you as a lender, you want this borrower to be KYC'd. Yeah. So it's not a prerequisite of the platform, but if, for instance, they're trying to raise, a large amount, and if I was lending money, I'd want to think, I just need a little bit of like comfort. Is it, is it what it says it is? Are the person, who they purport to be? Is the asset what it is? Do they have ownership, etc.? Yeah. So that's where Collateral Network platform comes in. We're safeguarding lenders. Yeah. We're making sure that actually they're not going to get ripped off, scammed, etc. They're not going to lend against assets which actually have a face value of 1,000, but the borrower says it's 5,000. Yeah, we're about equality and community and making sure actually it's something in it for the borrower and lender. Did I answer the question?
Yeah, I think you did a great job, man. And one thing to highlight, you've highlighted as well, is you guys clearly have a passion which is invaluable to see, you know, as an investor myself, when I see a team that genuinely cares about the path they're on and what they're building, it's really cool. But one thing I had a question about is, how do you speak to the token holders? You know, their mindset is very basic, turning my investment of Colt token into being worth more money. So in a very simple sense, I guess we haven't really spotlighted the Colt token too much. How do we speak to the investors who are prospectively getting this pre-sale?
Matt, that's for you, I think.
I mean, it's more down to utility and what the actual token provides to the holders. So again, I think Pete's got a very good overview on the full utility of the token and everything behind it. So Pete, I don't know whether you want to quickly list through the utility, because I don't think we've got much time left.
Yeah, sure. So from a utility perspective, as a token Colt holder, you know, one of the big things which Matt didn't get around to on the platform was the distressed assets. Now, distressed assets, it happens. You know, when I've had a lender with over 100 million loan book, you know, we had a distressed loans in excess of 5-6 million. That's part and parcel of lending, you know, and then you go into what we call forbearance, which is arrears management, etc. And that's in a really regulated environment within the UK. So from a token perspective, the utility on a token holder in Colt is that they've got access to certain things. So they'll see loans available, you know, investments available to loan against before the general community. Yeah. Also, when an asset is distressed and someone's defaulted on their particular commitment, you know, on that asset, then within our legal documentation, and also because we're the custodian of it as well, then we have our, you know, our sole rights to dispose of that asset. And that goes on the distress platform. Now, bear in mind as well, the platform lending criteria relevant to what we call LTV, loan to value. You know, we're never going to lend 100% against, you know, something. You know, we're always looking after lenders, like a sort of risk, for want of a better word. So from that perspective, they're going to be assets which are going to be put on the distress platform at low LTV. So our token holders have got the ability to obviously bid, you know, and either fractionalize that investment again, yeah, or buy outright, depends on the value of the asset. So that's great, obviously. And then again, from a utility perspective, as Matt was saying, you know, it's being part of that community also. Also, the platform, how do we make our money? You know, so at the end of the day, oh, great, superb, got the platform up there, superb. But guess what? Again, all about the business, yeah? It's not about, you know, and don't take this wrong way, I'm used to like face-to-face business in the real world, etc. Something physical, you sell it, you buy it, you make money. Yeah. Whereas within this space, it's like it's a little bit out in, you know, in the ether. Okay, so I'm just trying to bring that true time reality back into this space. So from that perspective, you know, when we're talking about sort of physical assets and disposal on the platform side of things, we're making sure, as I said, that, you know, when it goes onto the distressed platform, Colt holders have the ability to go in and buy distressed, you know, assets at lower value and get the original lenders whole. And that's what it's all about, you know, again, just protecting them also. So, you know, from a Colt holder perspective as well, obviously, you know, what the performance of the utility, I think, and the demand for the Colt token, it will be driven by the success of the utility. People wanting to get onto the platform to access the utilities and the benefits that Colt holders actually, you know, get by, you know, by holding Colt tokens and going on the platform as such. So what that should do in turn should actually keep the market price of the token, yeah, that's like keep going up, because I know a lot of you, and again, look, I'm 55 for God's sakes, you know, but you know, I embrace this community, I embrace this marketplace, and one of the things is about keeping a buoyant market. So what we need to do is ensure that the Colt token, yeah, is stable and climbing. You know, and the way in which you do that is really smash out the utility. Really, you know, people need to buy Colt to get onto this platform, and that's what it's all about. Yeah, simple as that. And then everyone's a winner. Simple as that. The borrowers, the lenders, the Colt token holders as well. So I don't know whether I missed anything, Matt.
Yeah, the only thing I would want to suggest as well is that we want to provide governance with our token. So when there's big decisions that come up, like maybe, for example, the actual transactions that are being made on the site, for example, at the moment we'd be supporting ETH and Cult tokens themselves, but later down the line, when we start to evolve the platform, maybe the community want to support an additional token. So something along those lines, we'd want to provide governance for our community and allow them somewhat of a voice in how the platform is developed and pushed forward in the future.
Well said, guys. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Peter.
No, I just said cool. I'm 55, but I can still say cool.
I noticed that the Greek had a pretty good question. It was definitely unique, and before I ask, I want to preface that I saw like a lot of high value items here, and I think you alluded to it a little bit earlier as well. As like people, can fractionalize just about anything they want to. Now, with that being said, Greek had a question. He says users have been able to get some sort of tax reliefs or avoid paying capital gains when they take loans from centralized bodies. Are there documentations, or are you guys planning a strategy for some sort of tax element in this project?
Yeah, definitely. So obviously, as I alluded to before, we've got a legal crypto advisor that's on board as such. So behind the scenes, again, I hate to keep going on about the utility, but that's my passion. Okay, so I am just like, I'm a bit OCD about everything. So part and parcel of this particular platform is, what's the substance behind it? Yeah. So currently I'm working on, I'm up to about 42, 43 pages, an operational manual on process and procedures, because every business should have that. Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's like crypto or, within this space. Business foundations are always the same. The blueprints are always the same. So, it's not just about, the ICO and the coin and the token and all that sort of, it's about the utility, it's about the business. What the ICO gives us is the ability and the investment. So when you're incepting a business, how do you incept a business? One, you've got to have a good idea. Your financials have got to be sound, but also you've got to have the funding to do it. Yeah. Now we can, if we want to go and sort of set up a hairdressers, we might need $2-3 grand. If we want to set up a global P2P, platform where it takes a lot more money in that as well. Because also, I mean, the beauty of this as well is the ICO has a double benefit. The double benefit is that we're generating a platform, the investor platform, which actually goes on to the platform. So we've got a ready-made investor database. So it's a win-win on that side of things. So, again, from a utility perspective, and from, the question you answered, it's like so much more that people are not seeing. So I am, this week, I will give like a brilliant, all right, maybe not, you can decide on that, but I will give an overview of the utility, the financial plans, in 5 years, and again, I don't know if people know how businesses work from a PE, profit per earning ratio. So it's all run to EBITDA and profit and loss, so the business, in 3, 4, stroke 5 years, okay, it is a 90 million, 100 million pound business. Yeah. So that maybe, in this world might not sound a lot, but it's a solid business, it's a solid platform. But also the beauty of that as well is that as the business grows and the credibility grows, and, we're not just about, all right, we've got we've raised our money from tokens, etc. And yeah, you've got a great platform. It's about sharing the business, with the community on how well we're doing, etc. Because you never know, there might be an option where they can be stakeholders in the business at a future date as well. So again, I know, I'm just old school, in a new world as such. That's why I'm surrounding myself with Matt and other people like that, because the building blocks of every business are always the same. Yeah. It's just how you interpret it.
Oh, well said, man. I know we've talked quite a bit about a lot of different aspects of the project, but I did have some questions coming in regarding general ICO information. So I think there's going to be 10 levels from what I saw. When it comes to the difference between first level and last level, how much of a discount are early investors positioned to get?
Did you want to do that, Matt?
Yeah, if you like. Essentially, we've changed the way that we're rolling out the ICO. So again, this is changing market and strategy and actual issues that we came across when it came to communications partnerships with exchanges and actually listing the tokens. So to begin with, we were planning on doing, like you said, a 1 to 10 phase stage ICO listing, but the issues we had with that is that it kind of overcomplicated things, put in time sets. Communities were always having issues with us not meeting deadlines, because that's a hard thing for us to hit. So what we essentially have done now is we've changed it from the stage system to the 7th stage, because we were on the 6th stage. We're now moving into the 7th stage, which is new announcement to all those that are listening. We're now moving into the 7th stage, which will progressively go on from now until either we sell out the token or our initial launch date, which will be around October.
Yeah. So the reason for that as well is that, again, going back to like the real world sort of like business acumen, is we had relevant stages, and stages are dependent on, you know, sort of the take up on the token, and again, because our marketing wasn't up to par, you know, let's face it just wasn't up to par, and we've changed that now as well. So it was a case of like, we really want to complete this project. We will complete this project, by the way, as well at the end of the day. But let's not muck about with elongated stages and progressive increase on value of tokens as well as such. Now, when Wes has come on board and we've been talking to exchanges as well, again, he's very mindful of making sure that, you know, we're not going to go with an exchange that's going to get a very low price and then pump and dump it, etc. You know, because again, that doesn't help community, doesn't help token holders as well. So yeah, from that perspective, we have rejigged that, because also what we want to do, we just want to get it done. We want to get it sold. We want to get it listed. We want to get it out to the token holders. We want to, you know, we're cracking on with the platform anyway. We want to sort of, you know, where the excitement comes for me is, let's get that platform out. Let's get it done. Yeah, let's start getting the community in. We've got our token holders, our cult token holders, bring in lenders, borrowers, investors, whatever it may be. That's what we want to do. Yeah, we just, you know, you can talk about something forever. Yeah, there's talkers and there's walkers, right? So let's stop talking about it. Let's, you know, start walking, and we're walking. Yeah, but we want to be running. Yeah,
100%.
Well said, man. You know, I know that we are quickly running out of time. A lot of questions, guys. Please, if we didn't have time, please jump in their community and ask them. I know that these guys will jump on it and get you answers right away. But I did want to save some time here, carve out some time here at the end. If you guys want to give us any closing remarks, so wind us down, please feel free.
Yeah, sure. So guess what? I'm going to talk again. What madness! So all I want to say is, as I've reiterated, you know, you know, just back us up on the community side of things. You know, we really, I mean, hopefully you can tell we're really passionate about this project. We will incept it. It will go to market. You know, everyone, you know, within this space will benefit. And that's the main thing. It's about benefiting without, you know, the traditional lending, which, you know, just puts barriers up. You know, so you know, we definitely can deliver this project. Yes, you know, we want to get as many tokens sold out, because, you know, that's pretty, you know, sort of relevant as such. But also, you know, at the end of this, you know, just hype it up to everyone you know. You know, we've got some promotions going on Twitter, you know, Discord, Telegram, etc. Get yourself in it. You've got to be in it to win it at the end of the day. But hopefully, you know, we've sort of like expressed our passion, our commitment as such. The business structure and model is sound. Yeah, I've been in lending for the last 20 plus years. Yeah, it's sound, without a doubt. Look at our advisors, look at our team. Yeah, okay. We're not, you know, 21-year-olds which basically think, oh, I've got a good idea, let's just punt it out, etc. We are committed, we are professionals. Yeah, and that's where we're at. So hopefully that sums it up. So yeah, drop in our Discord, drop in our Telegram, drop in our Twitter. Yeah, got to be in it to win it. Hype the project up, please, as such, because you've got to be as hyped as me.
You guys rock, man. Awesome presentation today. Once again, collateralnetwork.io. Peter and Matt, thank you so much for spending the time with us.
No problem.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, community. Super.
Yeah, cheers for your time, guys.
Telegram, Twitter.
Take care. For everybody tuning in, that does it for today's show, everyone. Once again, awesome presentation from Peter and Matt, and the excitement is certainly contagious with what they are building and the added value of the real world experience to apply to the crypto experience behind the team. I'm certainly excited to watch the ICO phase continue, but even more excited to see the marketplace go into action. Check out all the details, get the answers to your questions, jump in their community, and thanks again for tuning in, everyone. And until next time, have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for hosting. Cheers.
Cheers,
Bye.
guys.